What's up YouTube? Welcome to Selam Creatives. This is Selam Ab, founder of Selam Creatives, and today I'm going to be sharing the journey of Selam Creatives as well as my simple hobby becoming my main career. I hope this will help anyone who is in the process of finding their path or their contribution in life. So as this is going to be a very short video, I'm only going to be mentioning things which I assume would be helpful. So if you want to know more or if you want to ask anything, you can always ask me in the comments and I'll make sure to answer each and every one of them. So let's get into it. So where it all starts, I was actually involved in art at a very early age. And it was like my getaway. So I always used to be very, passionate, and I always used to enjoy whenever I sketch on a piece of paper, on a wall, or even on a classroom desks. So even at that time, my family and friends were very appreciative of what I was doing, but I was not giving it that much emphasis, and I didn't consider it as something unique. And that was my first problem as an artist or as a talent, which I'm sure many young talents can relate to. So even if I was involved in different art institutions and events, and also I won some art competitions at that time, my level of self-evaluation was very low, and I didn't actually know the level that I was at, and I was not appreciating myself and actually pushing through to the next level. So high school was very different. The reason that makes it different is, the main reason is called Addis Katama. I think many of you would know the name at least. It's located at the center of Mercato, and despite its variety of students, and despite it being located at the center of Mercato, it was one of the high-ranking schools in the country. So that actually gave me a very good opportunity to be revealed myself to the reality and actually see things in a different kind of perspective. So that's when I first started to engage and to uplift myself to the point to know that how I can practice the art at the same time make it into an income. So it might sound lame, but at that time me and my old friends used to have a group called G20, and we used to do events for the high school, it might be day parties and different things. And my part in that group was to actually do the marketing materials, like the flyers, the brochures, the tickets themselves and stuff like that. And after a while, I even started designing those kinds of materials and even banners, posters and things like that for the senior classes. And after that, I even started doing that for the school itself. So that's when business and art actually met in my life for the first time. So I got exposed to that. And the second thing, the funny part was actually, at that time, my exposure to digital arts was very basics. Like the tools that I was using were very basics, and I didn't know that much about even the softwares that I was using at the time. So joining the field of architecture is the main thing that changed everything about what I was doing. And for the first time, I started knowing why I was doing what I was doing. So what happened was, after joining the field of architecture, the first thing that they taught you is the basic principles of design, and which can be implemented in any aspects of design. So that's when I actually figured out the main and the basics things and why I was doing what I was doing, and actually understanding and the depths and the values and the different aspects of design. And that's when I actually got exposed also to the concept of branding. So I started diversifying the services that I was giving before that. Before that, it was just simple things. Then after that, I kind of started to package them and call them branding package and this package and that package. So that's the first time it started becoming more of a mainstream of income, and that's when I started supporting myself and my education. And at the same time, that was the first time that I actually considered doing this as a career in my life. Don't be dead serious about life. It's just a play. So this is a quote from one of the very famous Sadhguru, and this is one of the famous quotes that I really like from him. It's not that long since I discovered this quote, but I lived by it for a long time. And I also like really believe that whenever you conclude things, whenever you're dead sure about things, that's when the tendency of you knowing more things and the tendency of you being exposed to different kinds of things would be limited. That's when you actually become dead serious. So like I go by this rule like all the time. So one of the things, honestly speaking, most of my life lessons were never intentional. I learned the biggest lessons in my life on very different unexpected occasions and times. So like every time, like I try to listen to myself, like I try to listen to what makes me comfortable and what environment that I like to be in. And many people might not agree with that and didn't agree at the time when I decided to shift from the field of architecture to graphics design and marketing and promotion. So, but I'm still doing it, and I only practiced the field of architecture after graduation just for only 1 month. So that's another crazy thing. But like after that, I joined a magazine company called Ethiopian Business Review. That's when I got like a very good lesson about the structure of an organization and how people can structure themselves in order to give a very flawless way of working environment and stuff. And I mean, I'm not saying like they have the perfect one, but by the time I got there, it was like very bad. So we started working on it together and actually started becoming like more and more very like suitable and nice. And then that gives me a little bit lesson on management of different co-workers or a company. So after that, I joined, I decided to do a freelancing for a while. I stick to the name Peace Ab Creatives, and back then it was Peace Ab Entertainment. When I was in high school, and I used to put my logos in them and the designs that I used to do, and it was Peace Ab Entertainment. Then after that, I decided to change it to Creatives. It was like around 5 or 6 years ago that I decided to change it into Creatives, because it doesn't represent what I was doing. I'm not doing just entertainment, but I'm doing anything related to creativity, or that's what I was aspiring to do. So I changed it into Creatives. Then I did freelancing for about 2 years, and that's when I get the lesson to know how to approach clients. And there was the times that I was not even paid for the things that I delivered on time. So it was a bit difficult, but that gave me a very clear idea of how to work with people, how to package, how to interact, and how to even promote yourselves, your service and stuff like that. And I mean, there was no school, so that was like legit job. Like I was a completely dedicated freelancer, and I was doing a bunch of things, and I won like different branding and logo competitions and stuff like that. But like I learned most of my lessons at that time. Then I joined a media company, and I got the chance to work with different talents other than my spectrum. Like I was doing graphics design and a little bit of videos, but I got exposed to people who does animations, like motion graphics, 3D stuff like that. Yeah, really good video editors and marketers and different talents. Then that's when my eyes just opened. Then I learned that it shouldn't just be me. Like I can't do everything by myself. So I learned how to work with each and every talents, and I learned that what I need, which kind of types of talents that I need and stuff like that. And after working with them for about like a year and a half, almost 2 years, then I finally decided to make Peace Ab Creatives a reality, and I just went out from there, and I created Peace Ab Creatives as a legit company, and I start gathering like different talents, which I hope would be comfortable working with me, and like create a big group of talents that can change things. So after deciding to dedicate my full time into making Peace Ab Creatives a reality, and after legally establishing Peace Up Creatives as a PLC, like legal company, then everything was a bit difficult at first, like finding the right person to work with, finding the right place to work with, finding clients, sustaining whatever expense that you have, and whatever, like those like different types of things that everyone has in their head, and like, you know, like it feels scary at first, but you know, things would come one way or another. So one thing that I learned very much about like establishing something is you have no idea until you get into the situation. So after getting into the situation, you will solve it one way or another, or at least if it doesn't work, you learn something out of it. So it's been like a long time since we created a Peace Up Creatives as a company, and we definitely learned a lot more about like having a company and working with different talents now than, you know, back then working as a freelancer and everything. So long story short, Peace Up Creatives is now 360 legal marketing and advertising agency, and right now like we've been working in different sectors like the banking sector, hospitality, entertainment, technology, and many more. So like I want to conclude this by saying like this is the beginning. Like I'm not saying we're there, we're not even close to the point that we want to be, but this is the beginning, and we will make sure to be open, and we'll make sure to be like thinking forward to work with whatever things that will help us. And we want to refine the sector. We want to contribute a lot of things in Ethiopia, also in Africa, like to show like the bigger picture of our image, and to show actually what we want to impact on, and like even to the point to work with you guys. I always be happy to find someone who will be interested who has any kinds of ideas, and who can like bring something, even like whatever kind of minor things or major things that you can think of, like making that into a reality is the dream of Peace Up Creatives. So we're not just here to serve like corporate clients, but we are here basically to create a very comfortable space and comfortable environment for talents like me, because I suffered a lot and I learned with those mistakes and with those paths. But I don't want that to be hard for everyone. Like, okay, I've learned my lesson, and I can easily teach or tell to anyone who's in need of this kind of information, and there's nothing that I would lose. So I would hope to work with you guys, and to actually bring something into coming true. So thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. It will help us a lot. So we'll be coming with different episodes. So I'll be talking about creativity and different things that I got exposed to, which I assume would be helpful. And DJ will come up with his own episodes talking about different strategies and some marketing stories and things like that. And we'll be also talking and maybe debating about different topics that will be helpful also. So if you have any ideas, always make sure to comment on that. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe and support the channel. And thank you for listening. Have a nice day.